Hello everyone, I'm Laurel and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and help my community grow. Today I thought I'd use some of these larger molds. And I'm going to wear some gloves because last video I had a little accident and spilled the resin on my hands, and I may have gotten on one finger a little bit of a chemical burn. I'm not sure, so make sure you always wear your gloves when you're working with any type of resin material. Today, since I want to use the larger molds, and obviously this one I cannot use with UV resin, but these I could. But today I'm going to be using and testing KISREL Resin Casting Powder. I'm rather excited about this. It takes 30 minutes, not to fully cure, but enough where you can demold it. And it's a 3-to-1 ratio, so it'd be 3 parts the casting powder to 1 part water. Now there's no instructions on the back. They give you very limited instructions with the kit. It says you have to mix it in 1 minute, and you have to have it poured into your molds within 5 minutes because it starts setting up around the 5-minute range. So I got this. I've got about 4 of these mixing cups. I've got a little scoop, and the scoop is about 1/4 of a cup. I have one of the cups with already 50 milliliters of water, which I'm going to be using. And then in this cup, I'm going to do 3 scoops, which would be 150 milliliters. So I'm going to open the package. I wish this had like a zip top, but it doesn't. And before I do this, I'm just setting it on the side for a second. I'm going to put on my mask. Okay, so now we can begin. All right, I'm going to be very careful doing this. And the reason I'm wearing the mask, I don't know if you could see it, but it poofed a little. Ooh, yep. And I really don't want to breathe this stuff in. I can't even. Oh. Okay. Wasn't expecting all that to poof, but it did. And it got on this a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these popsicle sticks. Wish they gave bigger ones. I don't think I have any larger ones. I mean, I may, but I don't think I do. So, let's see. Let's make sure it's at 150 milliliters. And it is. And then we pour. I'm really scared about this because I've never done this before. And then we pour the water in. It's already bubbling. So we have a minute to mix it. And you have to make sure you get it mixed thoroughly with no clumps. I hope you can hear me with the mask on. It probably sound funny. Now, I didn't really mix up that much, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to use first. And then make sure if there's any dried casting powder on the sides, make sure you get that off and incorporated into the mixture, and make sure that you get it all down at the bottom. Okay, looks good. So I think I'm going to start with this one, which is the princess. So we'll try that first. Okay, and then you just kind of tap, try to get it down into areas where it should be. And then this will help bubbles to rise. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of bubbles, so that's good. Oh, I see some. I just don't want it to spill over. And I'm also going to put some in here, and it's already thickening up, so I better hurry up, oops, and get it in. I did put a little too much, so I'm just going to scrape a little bit off there. Wasn't expecting it to be that shallow. That's okay. Good thing I wore the gloves. Make sure, let's see if I can top this off a little bit without messing it up. Okay. I don't know if I have anything small enough to use the rest of that. Okay, before it sets up, I found some earrings. I thought I'd pour them in here. Oh, it's already setting up. Oh, no. Okay, so I was not fast enough with this. It's already setting up in here. It's real thick, so I'm just going to let that go. Now, I still see some little bubbles. Let's see if I can move this slightly over here without... I'm just bouncing it a little bit just to make sure any more bubbles pop up. Same with this. Let me move this out of the way. And we have slight mess, so clean it up with baby wipes. Clean my gloves off a little bit. Alright, so another thing too, I mean, I'm really not an expert at this stuff, and since this is the first time I've used it, I may be making a few mistakes. So anybody who's used it, please, you know, let me know what I'm doing wrong or anything like that. Greatly appreciated. Just comment below. Now I do have this and the kitty. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, so I've got this mess cleaned up. So I'm going to mix up another batch, and then I'm going to do Tororo. And I think since he's gray, I might not do this one today. But since he is gray, I'm thinking about mixing in some mica powder with it, just to see how it turns out. And let's get to that. So with the mica powder, I have a black and a white. So I don't know how this is going to work. Trying to find a little tool here. So first I'm going to do 150 milliliters of this powder. And again, remember, it kind of gets all over the place. And I forgot to put my gloves back on, so I'm going to have to do that. Now, I only paid $9.99 for this. Okay, so this went over. This is almost $200. Let's see. I don't know if I should add or take away. Maybe take away. We'll take some away. Now, this is just an approximation. You can use a scale, which might be better. I'm just trying to get it down to the 150 level. And then I got some powder on my hands, so I just want to wipe that off really quick. I think I'm going to put the black mica powder in there first. Kind of looks gray, so maybe we'll just leave it at that. I might need more, so I'll just leave this out. Okay, gloves. Put the gloves on. Okay. Now, I'm sure you can add other things to this, but since it's my first try, I am going to use just the mica powder just to see. And I hope this is enough for the mold. And it looks like it's making a nice gray color. I hope it stays like that. And I hope there's enough for the mold. I don't know. Now I don't know. It may be enough. And it looks like I need a little more black. I wanted a nice gray color. I don't know. Seems kind of watery. Maybe I didn't have enough powder in there. I don't know. Mica powder isn't really mixing that well with it. It's like kind of gritty, if you can see it, and I don't know why it's doing the gritty thing. I don't like that. I guess not the best mica powder. Okay, get it in there. Okay, there we go. And then we can just make sure it's down in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't know if I can add to it. It seems very watery, so maybe I got the mixture consistency wrong. I mean, those were watery, so I should have just done it just in the white. I should not have added the mica powder. I don't think it looks very good. Maybe that part can be sanded off, I'm hoping. So we'll let this sit for the 30 minutes and then we'll demold it and see how it turned out. This one may have to sit a little longer because it seems waterier than the other two. So we'll see what happens. We'll be right back. Okay, so it looks like it's ready to demold. I'm not really sure how this is going to turn out since it's my first try. I gotta admit, I do like working with this. It was kind of fun. Okay, so that, I think I'm just going to, oh, look how cute. Oh, I love the way this looks. I'll just sand this down so it's not so weird looking. I wonder, yeah, you can stand him up like that. He could be a nice little desk friend. Now he is still warm, so he's still curing. Even though you can demold at 30 minutes, the full curing takes 2 hours. So let's try this one. I don't know if I'll even be able to get this one off. This one might be a tough one. Okay, so I just hit that with my nail and it kind of scraped away, which I did not like, but I don't know if I'll be able to get her out. I'm just pulling on this to release her a little bit and see if I can get her out without breaking anything. Come on. Come on. Oh, isn't she lovely? She did get a little spot right there where there was a bubble, and I see a couple other little bubbles, but I think she looks great. So I'll do this one again because I really like this mold. I think she's so pretty. She's got a very delicate looking face. Okay, let's try this now. This is the cat. At least I believe it's the cat. I bought this mold so long ago. Let's see. I'm hoping I can get it out without breaking anything. And I did. Oh, look how cute. Now, I'm not sure if these are bubbles because it's on both sides. But, and it seems to be missing a little bit here. Like towards the top. Maybe not. I think he turned out really cute. So I can honestly say I am happy with KISREL Casting Powder. Since it's my first try, I kind of did make, you know, a couple little mistakes, and she got some little bubbles on her eyes. Now there is some spotting I see, but it could be just that it's not fully cured. Now he's speckled because of the mica powder, but all in all, I think it turned out pretty good. And the kitty, I think, is just adorable. I just wish it came out a little bit better, but maybe I didn't fill it all the way, or maybe when I wiped it off, I don't know. It's just weird right here. But then when you look at the mold, it's kind of weird looking in the mold too. So it just might be the mold. So if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and press that bell for notifications of upcoming videos. In the description box below, you'll find a link to my Etsy shop, which is Creations by Laurel. And you'll also find links to my jewelry, my artwork, and my photography. Thank you again for watching. See you soon. Bye.